Oh my God. Well, let me go ahead and get started. I can jump on in. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to AOC Artist Check-In. I am Daryl Grant, Creative Director of the Black Theater Group, and your usual host for AOC Artist Check-In. But this month, we're celebrating Women's History Month. So I am not in the driver's seat as your host. We have one of our amazing co-producers, Tyra Watkins, that's going to be joining us tonight, and she's at the helm, and she will be talking to two great teaching artists and great educators that are changing the game in the Atlanta arts community. So without further ado, let's turn it over to Tyra, talking to these two amazing Black queens with the conversation themed Our Classrooms.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to AOC's Artist Check-In, sponsored by the Black Theater Group. My name is Tyra Watkins, and usually we have our host, Daryl Grant, but this month is Women's History Month, so I am taking the driver's seat as your host. I have my Black Women Matter t-shirt because that's what we're discussing today. Today we are discussing Black women, and specifically we are talking about our classroom. So we have our Black artists and teaching artists, and I'm excited to talk to you about them and have you guys meet them. These are some of my close friends and people I've worked very closely with. So let's just hop into it. So our first guest is an education director with 7 Stages in Atlanta. She is also a model. She is also an actress. I would love to introduce you all to Destiny Renee.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Destiny. It's so good to see you again. How are you doing today?
You know, today's been a good day. I got to swim in, so I can't really complain. Yeah, when I start my day off that way, it's been nice, other than the weather. Yeah.
Yes, I was like, I love a good swim, get some water in. And I would love to also bring in our other guest. She is also a teaching artist in the Atlanta area. She is a singer and she is an actress. We have Kaya Camp.
Hi.
How are you doing today, Kaya?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am doing well, doing well. So I would first just like to talk to you all about how you got your start in the Atlanta theater community.
Ooh, you first, me first.
You can go this route.
You know, funny enough, you mentioned I'm the education director at 7 Stages. My first show was at 7 Stages. Not something they had produced. It was a rental. It was Pearl by Sanhara Eastman. She was kind of workshopping a play there in their black box. And I was like, this is a cool, weird space, like 7 Stages in Little 5 Points. And then I went on to do Shitface Shakespeare for about 2 years. And that was really, really fun. I was at the Village Theater for 2 years. So after that, I kind of got my name out and was able to move around a little bit. What about you?
Ooh. It really started when I was in high school. I studied musical theater at Tri-Cities High School. All 4 years. We actually were able to double major. I did acting and musical theater. So after that, I started to do outside work. I worked with the Alliance Theater for about 2 years. And then I went off to school to Howard. I studied voice there. And ever since, whatever opportunity, I could find, auditions, ever since.
Yeah.
Yes, we both love to see these wonderful working women in the community and have such a vast access. Like, you guys have both worked at multiple places, and it's just beautiful to see. So what I'll start with Kaya this time. What is your favorite part about being a teaching artist?
I would probably have to say the learning aspect. I love to learn and to be informed in every aspect I can, whether it's just me being in the room or, me engaging with other people and learning from other people I work with as well. I just love to be, as informed and enhance myself as much as I can, as an individual as well as in my artistry. So I would have to say the learning aspect of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that you're constantly learning as you're teaching. Like, it's definitely a give and take experience. For me, I really, really enjoy showing a student that they can create something from themselves. Like, I feel like that's an invaluable gift that I didn't learn fully or acknowledge fully until I was in college. And so for me to be able to give that to students at a younger age, like, hey, it's already in you. You don't have to go out there and find it from other people, like, create it from yourself. That is just, it's such a great moment when I see them at the end of our journey together and they're like, I did this. I created that. Like, that for me is, why I do it.
Yes, it's like their joy is almost contagious because they're so excited to just explore the world of art. So what has inspired you all to become teachers? Is it also that, that learning thing?
We're both thinking about it. We both took that moment. What inspired us?
Yeah, or have you always wanted to be a teacher? Was that always in the plan?
Absolutely not. Every woman in my family, literally every woman in my family, they're educators. My mom, she's a teacher. My grandmother, she retired, but she still teaches online. Literally every woman in my family. So it's been instilled in me, but it wasn't until I actually inspired students to where I was actually like, okay, it's like what you said, Destiny, when you said about giving them inspiration and letting them know that they are the standard. They don't have to reach a standard, that you are. You can also mold yourself even further, but you initially are everything that you need. You are equipped. And so giving them confidence and instilling that in them and seeing them apply it as well, and they believe it, is such a beautiful experience.
Yeah, it feeds it back into you. Like, this is why I do this. Oh, okay. And
literally, it's like reassuring.
For me, I, in high school, would spend my volunteer hours with children's theater, like getting the little kids to do community theater that I did back in the day. And then in college, it wasn't until my senior year in college that I was like, I'm supposed to teach children theater as well as, be a performer myself and all these other things. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. It clicked finally for me. And so since then, I've just been teaching professionally wherever I can. And, I take my stints. I'll do like a year here or 2 years there, or I'll visit different schools or centers. Like, I just want to spread as far, like, my reach as I can, teach as many students, different students, as I can as well.
That is beautiful. What both of you said is beautiful. So this past year, we know with COVID-19, the pandemic, we really learned how important educators are and how they make such a difference and what it's like to not have that in-person access to education. So not only are you guys affected on an educator level, you guys have been affected on an artistic level where, you're not meeting in person and getting to create in the same way. So how has that challenged you as, a teaching artist?
It's been tough.
Amen.
I would say now, like, at the beginning, the top of the pandemic, it was like, oh God, mad dash. Like we were in the middle of teaching children in person to having to switch. Like, that was rough. I feel like a little bit more used to it now, or just like we've all, even the students are like, okay, this is our reality. Let's still try and create something. So that's kind of where I'm at. But the initial shift in that year was rough, and it's heartbreaking too.
It's definitely challenging. Because initially it was just catastrophic. It was like, okay, I don't know how we're going to get past this, theatrically, because, it's not the same energy as being in a theater, watching it physically, or even working with children, or artists in general, physically, you don't get the same, reciprocation, honestly. But then I feel like more so it challenged my dedication, because it's not easy to get up and put audition tapes out. It's not easy to just get up, and watch a show live, but you still want to, support them, because once you may be in that predicament, you want support as well. So I feel like it's about really taking initiative and getting up to do those audition tapes, getting up to still try to pursue your dream and what your purpose is, your artistry, not giving up, because it's easy to be distracted by what you see and in front of you, instead of pursuing where you want to be. So I feel like everybody theatrically was like, oh my god, no more shows ever, I'm never gonna see a stage ever again. And it's like, no, you create the stage, you create it.
We are the creators. Like,
Literally.
we forgot that for a second. Like,
oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I remember me and Destiny did summer camp this last summer, so I remember those rough moments when it was like, I have Zoom fatigue, I don't want to look at this laptop. But it's not about you, it's about the kids and creating a safe space for them to express themselves. But in my personal self, I was like, this is rough. I don't know how we continue to do this. But talking about content creation, what are some other things? I guess you all are teaching artists and we commend you, but we know you are also artists. So what are some other things that you are working on, like outside of teaching?
All right. Well, I am currently one of the next great faces of Ambi. So I'm an Ambi ambassador, Ambi Skincare. That was a really cool competition that I can't believe that I was a part of during the pandemic. And they have kept us on throughout this year to the end of the year. So they keep me busy. Seven Stages always has our teaching artists creating as well for their shows. So we have a human festival coming up this summer. So I'll be producing a couple of short film pieces, things that Tyra, you're also a part of as well.
Yeah.
We've got some things in production for that. And just really working on developing my poetry and merging that with film, just seeing where those two mediums meet for me. And that's about it. I'm kind of trying to slow down. Like, just like, I want to just have a summer,
Yes, we all deserve to just have a summer. What about you, Kaya?
Honestly, it's crazy you say that, because the same thing. I'm trying to calm down, and get everything together. I am trying to work on updating everything, headshots, resume, everything theatrically. Right now I'm more so focused on teaching. I'm a substitute teacher at Bright Futures Academy. It's a private Christian school. And literally they just put on their first like talent show. We're trying to bring like theatrical, aspects to the school, and half of them want to perform. Like, they love it, so now we're working on a grand graduation piece. They want me to perform, but I'm going to get the kids to perform as well, and it's going to be monumental. It's going to be wonderful. And as far as my artistry, I'm just sending in auditions, to different sitcoms, different everything I can, just auditioning.
So y'all, I know Kaya personally, and I know how good of a singer she is. So I am going to personally, on camera, so that it is recorded, I'm going to ask you, when am I getting an EP? When, or is that an exclusive? Like, can we air that, or is it like
it's just like Tyra to do this. I was going to mention my music, but I was like, and here we are. The cat's out the bag at this point. I'm actually working on an EP. I'm just now trying to make it concrete to where I'm confident in my sound, my look, my approach. You know, I don't want to sound like, you know, half of the artists that are out today. I want to kind of bring back more of a soulful, old school, but still modernized, you know, sound. You know, that I'm not trying to just, you know, be someone else than who I am. So once I get that together, the music will be released.
Yes.
Yes, I am also working on that as well. Thank you, Tyra.
You're welcome. And I will be checking the socials for the drop, because I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest, because I'm sure there are some others, but I am a very big fan of Kaya's.
Oh.
And I love her so, and I appreciate it. She's always on me. Where's the music? Where's the music? Where's the music? I need more. I need.
Because
I need it in the Apple, so I can just go ahead, add it to the playlist. I can add it to my gym workouts. Like I'm just trying to listen and support.
I support you.
Support, yes, literally, and I love it.
Do you guys have any memorable experiences from working with children? Because you know children are very memorable and do a lot of funny things. So are there any memorable experiences that you would like to share?
One, I'm mad you asked that question, because like out of all the years of teaching, how am I going to tell you one memorable moment with teaching? But I do have one that happened maybe a week ago, so I'm going to say that one. I was at the Boys and Girls Club, because I teach at the Harlan Boys and Girls Club. It's like a performing arts center, the first one ever, and it's in Atlanta, so that's really, really cool. But I was with maybe one of the last children before their parents picked them up, and it was the end of the day. And we were playing Legos, and I did something like a sigh, or just like, I'm tired. Like she asked me a question or something, and she said, "Ugh, adult life." I was like, oh no, have I become an adult? Like the fact that this 10-year-old child saw that I had become an adult from saying I was tired. That was a moment, and I wrote it down in my journal. Like I probably will never forget that moment.
She was empathetic. She doesn't know your struggles, but she was empathizing with them.
Yeah, she did. She understood adult life. She saw it.
That is good. That's a good one.
Gotta love kids.
You have to. You have to. I would probably have to say recently, the talent show. One of my students, she is quiet, reserved, and I recently taught articulation, projecting, you know, the basics or whatever. I did not know she could sing. She gets on the stage and she's like, "I'm gonna sing this song for you all." I'm like,
who is this child?
Sing your song. Sing your song. Don't let it sing you, okay? So I'm sitting there like, let's see what she does. She was so confident and beautiful, and to the point where everybody stood up and they just started clapping for her, and she started to like get into her, you know, confidence, and she started dancing and her arms just shot up, and like I started crying, because you have to believe that you have it already internally, and you just have to live in it and embrace it. And mind you, she's always quiet, timid, reserved, show no interest in theatrics in any way, and she gets up there and has a standing ovation, and to the point where she just feels so free and open. She starts to really just not caring about being judged. She just starts dancing, and it was such a wonderful moment. And she came to me afterwards and she was like, "Miss Kim," she's like, "Did you see me?" She was like, "Did you see me?" I was like, "Baby, I saw you. Okay, I recorded you." She was like, "I didn't let go, you know." She was like, "I let it all on the stage. Remember, you said leave it all on the stage."
Oh my
I left it all on the stage, and it was just
That's
It was
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. And you guys are changing these kids' lives. Like I know I still remember, the summer camps, the arts camp counselors and like everyone who
Mhm.
has influenced like my journey. So you guys are doing the same thing for other kids and like they're always going to appreciate you for it. Even when they can't remember your name long down the road, they will always just appreciate what you have given to them. And
Yes.
Yeah.
so so if there's anyone who maybe isn't as pro arts, what would you say to them about what children can learn from the arts, even if maybe they don't want to go into it as a career? What can be learned from teaching art?
There's no negative to learning about the arts and learning to develop your own creativity. That's problem solving, critical thinking, that's public speaking, that's confidence building, that's just creating a better overall human being who's more in touch with themselves, humanity, and nature, for goodness. It's like, what could you be against the arts in schooling over? I don't
Literally.
know.
I would have to agree, honestly. I don't understand why um, art is not in every curriculum. It honestly has layers of meaning, like you said, public speaking, being able to project, articulate, being quick on your feet, your moment before. It's a lot of correlation to everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing for me, I just have to keep saying confidence. It takes a lot to get in front of people and, live under the imaginary circumstances and be confident in that and believe what you're selling to people, and everyone can't do that. Everyone may be opinionated about it, but it's not easily done, and so I feel like confidence is a huge aspect, if anything, to the art, so
I'll add one more thing to that for people who question the arts in schools and like dedicating money to that. And it's when you leave your job, when you need to relax, when you you go to music, you go to books, you go to films, you go to looking at something beautiful to make you feel better. If we're not nurturing artists down the line, who's going to create that stuff? Artists.
Yeah.
The things that we need to feel better is art. So
Yeah.
literally.
And that's why it was good, like for me at least, to see a lot of these artist grants and everyone like moving so much to support the arts in this time of COVID, because everyone knows how heavily impacted, we have been. So that is good because like you said, everyone watches TV, everyone listens to music, everyone, is involved in the arts in some way, shape, or form. So we also need to continue to build up this next generation as you two are beautifully doing. Again, I know you guys have said some stuff before, but are there any things coming up that we can support you in? Where can we follow you? Where can we, stay tuned? Where can we check out the EP? See the Ambi photo shoots? And what should we be looking on the horizon from the two of you?
I would say always go check my Insta. That's what I'm most active on. That's where I'll post any type of projects. And yes, Ambi's got me working all throughout the year. 7 Stages has me working all throughout the year. So just check out my Instagram and I'll always be posting about that. Yeah, that's it for me. That's all she wrote.
Literally, I'm gonna have to say the same thing. Social media, as well as right now it's on hold, but I am still going to be doing the live version, the film of BAPS. It was originally a tour, but due to COVID, we cannot do that, so we're gonna live stream. That's still in the making. We're gonna film it now, and yeah, so be looking forward to that in the next couple of months.
Yeah, so you can make sure you guys are tuned in with these two ladies. They have wonderful work that's coming up with the Human Festival, with BAPS, with just their own personal projects. And I thank you both for joining me today. I love you both. I've gotten to work with you guys so many times, and it just makes me happy that we can do this interview and just talk about you all. And
love you back. Love you more.
Yes. You
All
keep
right, thank you
shining
guys.
too, Tyra. We see you.
Look, don't make me. That's what I did. This night. Don't make me try. Thank you both so much for joining me this evening. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye. It was so nice to meet you
It
virtually.
was nice to meet you as well.
Hopefully I see you in person one day.
Yes, soon.
We'll make it happen. Well,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
people will call your people.
Okay, cool. Bye. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Well, that is all she wrote. You just met Destiny Renee and Kaya Camp, and make sure you follow them on the socials, get to know them as artists, and see the wonderful work that they are doing. Now, next week, we will be talking about our content, where we talk with some more Black women artists from Atlanta who are creating a lot of their own content and bringing it to socials, bringing it to stage to share with you all. You don't want to miss it. It'll be next Friday, 6 p.m., same place, same time. That's all I have for you all. ECG out.